Well, welcome back to Mayo Lake Minerals, a channel with gold-focused projects in the heart of the Yukon and Alaska. And joining us to give us some high-level operational updates and on the possible merger here, we have Vern, the CEO, as always. Welcome back, sir.
Yeah, glad to be back.
Always a pleasure. So I'm going to hand the reins over to you to just kind of walk us through an operational update.
Okay, I'm sure everybody can see our screen, right? And this is just a title page, explaining we're having a merger between two companies. One of the companies, of course, that's Mayo Lake Minerals themselves, will be the eventually the company that continues on. Um, and of course we're listed on the Canadian Stock Exchange, and that's why we're amalgamating with West Mountain, but we will be the continuing company. And it's we sort of got the expertise up in the Yukon, and we've got some good properties in well, we've got the expertise up in northern latitudes here, and that's what's needed. We also know the geology for the general area, and yeah, that's what West Mountain was looking for, and looking for listing. And we had all that, and we were looking for a more advanced property so that we could raise money to carry on exploration in this tight market, or I think it's opening up right now. So we'll just skip to the second. And this just to show where we are. We're all in this Tintina Gold Province, West Mountains over there in Alaska with the Terra Gold Project. We'll talk just a little bit about that before we go into business as we move along. And Mayo Lake Minerals is over in Yukon, and in the same Tintina Gold Province. It's well endowed, 220 million ounces. Some of these have been produced. Some of these are in resources and reserves documented by a variety of companies. And you can see there's some big there's companies here that have a lot of resources, gold resources, and like near us in this property in this area over here, where you see the Mayo Lake properties. That's sort of a little sub-province that's called the Tombstone Gold Belt, and this box here where you see Rogue Snowline Gold, we should be updating that, because now they have 7 million ounces of I think it's 1 point something grams of gold per ton, and it's all near the surface, so it's going to be quite a good mine. And there's other mines in the areas, and over here near West Mountain we have Donlin Creek with 39 million ounces of 2.2 grams. It's going to be coming on stream. Well, they're working at it. Nova Gold's in partnership, I think, is with Barrick, and it'll be coming on screen. And we got a couple of neighbors right to the east of us with quite large resources, both at 9 million plus ounce. They're low grade right now, but I think they're discovering some higher grade stuff within them, so that they can focus on that to start out and get the early payment back. And so I just want to kind of remind you of where we're at. And this is sort of the flagship of our merger is this Terra deposit, which is over in Alaska. Mountain Gold has it. And we were able to demonstrate there's two main zones that have been investigated, but it's got really great potential for upgrading the number of ounces. And we were able to, in a previous video, I think I explained that we were able actually to pinpoint this at, well, you have to add the 1.4 or 1.5 million ounces to the 100,000 ounces, and you get about 1.93 ounces and of resources. That's combined, inferred, and indicated, but this both these deposits can be bulk mined. But in the Ben vein, after discussions with a number of mining engineers, we're quite confident it can be bulk mined with a cutoff value. That means that nothing below that value, rock with gold underneath that value, will be mined, so that it's always profitable. And I've discussed this with mining engineers and confirmed it. And so, all we have to do is, double the depth of the drilling. These deposits, they extend at depth, so we're quite confident we can, extend them. These are about 220 meters or maybe 300 meters deep here. We've drilled this off to, or Mayo Lake, not Mayo Lake, West Mountain drilled them off to. And, we could easily drill them off to double depth, to double up the depth, and that would double up the ounces, and who knows what's below that. And then we've got an area here for infilling. Prospecting has already identified a high-grade vein, and the Ben vein also is open to the west. So, there's another potential doubling up of ounces. So, we're getting, without going too deep, we're actually getting to, I think, about that'd be about 5 to 6 million ounces. Now that's just potential. We haven't drilled it out and proved it yet, but there's good potential there. And once you get up into 6 million plus, there's you've got a fairly big mine in the future here. So now I guess we had a annual general meeting there. I think there's been a press release out on that. I know there's been a press release out on that. And you can see that on, you can see it on most news services, and also, of course, on our website, where there's lots of information, more information on what we're showing you here. And that was very successful. The board all got reelected 100%. And there was a couple of plans got nearly approved 100%, and auditor, all those things that you normally get. But I also made a presentation to our shareholders at that meeting, and they were very impressed with where we're going with this merger, and quite excited about it. And so when it comes to getting our shareholders' approval, I don't think there's any problem, nor should there be. Now, as I said, we spent some time in the past confirming that these are the most likely resources that will be actually mined out of just the zone to about 300 meters depth. And I think there's about, if you added up the length of these zones, I think it's 1,600 meters, or maybe less. I'd have to double check that, but it's in that ball. So the next thing we do is, of course, we're working together on this merger, and one of the things that we'll have to do is raise quite a bit of money to do rather extensive drilling program back on Terra. That's West Mountain's project. Together, the zones are called Terra. And yeah, and so we're working to get the final definition of the merger documents finished. But one of the things that we have to finish that off is an established market value or market cap for MergeCo, which is West Mountain and Mayo Lake minerals together. And one of the ways you do this is you go out into the area and compare it with other companies that have, that are in the area, have some similarity to MergeCo in that they have sort of drilled off a certain number of ounces, and uh, that um, they have these similarities, but unfortunately, it's really hard to find somebody, a company is exactly similar to you. So what you do is you calculate their market cap mainly by um, just taking the number of shares out times the share price. And actually, we kind of refine that. We do the share price at their last financing because here we have outsiders buying into the company, and we feel there's a better valuation of the company than just kind of the trading that goes along. Sometimes it can be very thin, or it can be very a little depressed or something, and that's not coming to the as close to the true value as when there's a financing. And so there's differences, like maybe the access is easier, or maybe they do have more resources, or maybe there's something about the pause that makes it easier to expand. All sorts of things could make it different, or less easier to expand than us, or all those type of things. So what we do, we just show a trend on all these market caps that can be calculated. We just show that if you tried to make it the equal company of MergeCo, this is the direction you have to take that market cap. This is almost impossible to put a quantitative value on, so you just show the direction that they would go, and then from that you can sort of see a mean, and that's your the market cap, and there's probably a good plus or minus on that because everything's so qualitative. And that's sort of your starting position when you're negotiating with somebody to do a financing. And generally in these financing, you have a lead order, and they have negotiated the price in terms of the unit. So here I think we're at 31 million is our company worth, our MergeCo's worth. And so then the the offering price for the units are established from that. And we think that's a relatively fair value, but of course, when we negotiate with people, they're going to probably try and bring us down a bit, and we'll have to see how that goes. And but anyway, within this kind of shadow area, that would be a good value for us, starting off and drilling out and moving the Terra project to possibly a mine here. So we are in discussions with a party right now on this. It's been pretty slow going over the summer. That's just a characteristic of the industry, that there's not a lot of big financings done, and etc. But it has started to pick up this summer, for example, because we've been through about I think it's about 6 years where there was really problems for junior companies like ourselves and MergeCo to raise money. So that's pretty well explains that. And so what I'm saying is all this ground is worth probably worth around $31 million with the gold in the ground that's there. So I think that's all I got to report today. Unfortunately, we don't have anything signed yet with these financiers. This is just our corporate contacts, and which you can pick them up off the website if you need to get in touch with us for any information, or you have questions. We're always happy to answer. And finally, this is just a disclaimer and forward-looking statement disclaimer that goes along with every presentation we have to do. We're required by the regulators that to put this up with every presentation we do. And if you really want to read it in detail, it also is on our website. So with that, Kyle, I think that's it for right now.
We'll pass it off to the viewers, and we'd love to know what you think in that comment section, and consider subscribing as news and catalysts hit the wire. Of course, we'll bring it to you here. But on that, we look forward to catching you in the next one.